I could hear overtones from what my parents were talking about, what was going on in Japan, because my parents were never allowed to have citizenship. And so I kind of felt kind of left out, because my parents could not own land, they couldn't vote. When my father, he loved fishing. When he went fishing, he had to pay extra alien fishing fee, and those are the things that hurt. And of course, there was always racial prejudice. We could feel it. It wasn't overt. We could just feel it. We got the notice April 13th, and we had to all leave May the 13th. It became structured as a city, a small city of 10,000 people, and they had the administration was from Washington, but everything else was within the labor within the camp.
At first you heard, to trying to figure why I was born in the United States, I'm American, why, But then my father was very understanding. He came to the United States when he was 16 years old, and during that time in Stockton, there was a lot of Japanese Americans being killed or hurt by other races. And he always told us, if we didn't go into camp, we'd probably be dead too. So in a way, the government is doing us a favor. But yeah, sure, you have to give up everything to go. Because like when we came back, this one family in French camp was good enough to keep all our furniture and a car and everything in his warehouse when we're gone. But right before we came back from camp, somebody broke into the warehouse and stole everything. And that's when my mother cried that it was like coming from Japan again. There's nothing there.
I would say, comparing what America is, you can't compare America with other countries. You just can't. Looking back, they made. I know people would criticize me, but we were well taken care of, I thought.
We were fortunate that people that I met were all, good, and I had no, qualm about it, that I felt like at least, now we have our rights too, so why cry about it now? You can't. At least we survived, that's the thing.
I came upon an article about a girl who in Northern California was locating Japanese people who were interned while they were supposed to graduate, and she rounded them up and she honored them with a ceremony at the same location that they were originally supposed to graduate in, and kind of gave them closure for what had happened to them. And it started from reading that first article in the Pacific Citizen, and that's when I started asking questions, and that's when I started learning more about it. And what that girl did affected me, and now it started this project of what I'm doing, and I'm more educated about my Japanese heritage, and just from listening to them speak, it's interesting, and I'm learning a lot. And hopefully, when this is finished, and if it's successful, maybe I can do that to some other girl out there who was just like me, who didn't know anything about their Japanese heritage, and then they realized, hey, this would be a good thing for me to learn about, for me to talk to my grandma, who was probably went through the same thing, and maybe it'll start a chain reaction.